Milk and bread run? I don't think so. With the crazy weather and everything that's going on right now, nobody wants to be out of those things that we use, that we need, that we want. And one of those things is milk. Today, we're going to talk about everything powdered milk so that you never have to go without. Hello, everybody, and welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we're all about pantry preparedness. Storing and consuming powdered milk involves a few things, right? So one, understanding its types. There are different kinds of powdered milk. Yes, there are. Storage requirements, because that's super important. And then nutritional benefits. Now, in addition to all that, because all of that doesn't matter at all, if you don't know how to reconstitute it to make it actually edible, that's a big one. So today we're going to provide a comprehensive guide on all things powdered milk. Let's get started. Let's talk about the different kinds of powdered milk, because there's different kinds out there. Yes, there is. And it'll make a difference in how you store it, whether or not you store it, all that fun stuff. So first, there's non-fat dry milk. That is essentially skim milk powder, okay? It's made by removing water from pasteurized skim milk. That's all it is. It has a longer shelf life and lower fat content. So the other one is whole milk powder. They will, let's see, there's a few different brands out there. The one that seems to be the most popular in the prepper community is Nido, Nido. You can find it at Walmart, but you can also find it in your Latino stores. So it's a really good thing. It contains all the fat of regular milk, okay? Making it richer and creamier. That's, the good stuff. But it has a significantly shorter shelf life than non-fat dry milk. I am hearing, however, that the Nido milk does seem to last longer on the shelves. I have not experienced it, but that's what they say. The other one is buttermilk powder. I picked that up because having buttermilk in the house doesn't work for me, okay? So made from the liquid left after churning butter. That's what it is. That's buttermilk. It's tangy, and it's used a lot in baking. Now, this stuff does not have an extended, huge shelf life. Check out the shelf life on the canister that you have, or when you go to the store to look for it. You can find it at any of the major grocery stores. I know it's at Walmart. And it's great to have around during baking season. I do a lot more baking with it in the wintertime than any other time of year. It's good to have around. The last one is whey powder. Now, that to me is an important one. It's a byproduct of cheese production. Pretty cool. And it's used as a protein supplement. That's how I use it pretty much all the time. So that's another form of powdered milk. Having that extra protein could become very beneficial if it's something that you can tolerate. Some people are sensitive to the whey, so you want to keep that in mind. Now, there are different storage requirements for all of them, right? As always, what do I say? Cool, dark, and dry, right? Cool, dark, and dry place. Store powdered milk in a cool, below 75 degrees or 25 Celsius, dry place to prevent moisture absorption and spoilage. That's big. Airtight containers. Once it's open, transfer the powder to an airtight container. You guys know that. Original packaging. If it's unopened, keep it in its original packaging for optimal preservation. And this is really beneficial if you get the powdered milk that's in like the plastic type bags, or the Nido. You can keep all of that in its original. If it's a porous container, though, you do want to repackage it. I just, for the sake of space, repackaged the skim milk that I had, that a friend gifted me, into Mylar bags, because it's literally good for a very long time. You want to avoid sunlight, as always. Dark, right? Keep it away from direct sunlight and heat sources, which can degrade the quality. And then the last one is vacuum sealing, okay? For long-term storage, vacuum sealing can extend the shelf life by reducing the exposure to air and moisture and all that stuff. So I vacuum seal it. It's perfectly fine to vacuum seal. As a powder, you want to be very cognizant not to get it sucked into your machine. It will trash it. The next one is shelf life. Okay, so unopened, non-fat dry milk, that's your skim powdered milk, right, is good for 10 years, depending on the storage condition. So put the date on it, you got a decade, baby, right? It's a good thing to have around. As you get close to that that 10-year time frame, then find ways to use it. Incorporate it in your baking instead of going and buying a gallon of milk. It really does work. Opened non-fat dry milk, once you open it, 3 months. Yeah. The environment does wonderful things for it. So whole milk powder typically has a shelf life of 6 to 12 months. So that's what you want to keep an eye on. Unopened, 1 to 3 months if you open it. Again, I encourage you to look at some of the testimonials for the people that have bought Nido, because I do believe that it has lasted longer for them than that. But that may be a case-by-case basis, depending on where they live, the different things that go on. Now, as far as the buttermilk, again, that goes right in line with the whole milk. The whey powder, I don't know that it does expire. I've never seen anything about it expiring. Reconstituting it can be a challenge. I remember a lot of people said, well, if you add chocolate to it, it tastes better. If you add chocolate to anything, it tastes better, except for Brussels sprouts. Don't do it. Trust me, okay? But the standard ratio for creating milk is mix 1 part powdered milk to 3 parts water. Adjust the ratio depending on your taste preference. So if you find that that's too watery, add some more powder. If you find that it's too thick, add some, add some more powder. Yeah, that's what I meant. Mixing tips. There are some mixing tips for this. So use warm water for better dissolving. It dissolves better in warm water than it does in cold water. Stir well or use a blender to remove clumps. I do that with my whey powder for my protein coffees, right? I use a blender because nobody likes to chew on their coffee creamer. Nobody. Now, the storage of reconstituted milk, yes, once it's mixed, store it in the refrigerator, consume it within 3 to 5 days. So you don't want to make 6 gallons of this at one time. You want to make enough that you're going to drink within the next 3 to 5 days. So in case of an emergency, that's perfect. Now, there are nutritional benefits to powdered milk. What? Yeah, to powdered milk, there are nutritional benefits. Ready? It's rich in nutrients. So powdered milk retains most of the nutrients of fresh milk, including calcium, protein, and vitamins. The caloric content, whole milk powder is higher in calories due to the fat. Hello. But while non-fat is lower in calories. So you're getting the same, depending on what you drink normally in your house. Now, as far as versatility goes, it can be used in cooking and baking or as a direct milk substitute. Mix that stuff up, chill it, pour it in a glass. If you need to, add some chocolate. But I have heard also adding a little bit of vanilla, like vanilla extract to it, just a little, will also improve the flavor. So obviously vanilla or chocolate, or hey, strawberry. Yeah, add whatever you want to make it more palatable, okay? If you don't mind changing the flavor a whole bunch. The vanilla won't change it a whole bunch, depending on how much you put in there. Maybe just enough to have the people going, okay, this is pretty good. I can drink this, yeah. When you use it in cooking and baking, right, it adds richness, enhances flavors, right, in baked goods. This is perfect for soups and sauces. It thickens, right? It enriches soups and sauces and gravies. So if you are making your own DIY gravy mix, then you can add powdered milk to it when you go to create it instead of pouring milk into it, and then just a little bit of water, and you can make your gravy. You don't have to go get a gallon of milk to do that. It's right there in your pantry. And then beverages. Can be used in coffee, tea, smoothies, and protein shakes. Yes, my life. Okay. Advantages of powdered milk. This is pretty cool. I love it, right? So number 1 is the long shelf life. It's great for emergency food supplies and reducing waste. It really is. Number 2 is convenience. Super convenient, easy to transport, and easy to store. And you never have to go for a milk or bread run again. Number 3 is it's cost effective. So in today's climate, with the prices as crazy as they are, okay, it is often cheaper than fresh milk, especially when bought in bulk. What a great way to save money. It's a great way to save money. When you're dealing with it, you want to keep track of safety and quality because we don't do this to make ourselves or our loved ones sick, right? So check for spoilage. Look for off smells, discoloration, or clumping, which can indicate spoilage. But know what you're doing. So if you open a brand new container, give it a good whiff. not too close. You'll snort it. It's not good. It's ugly. But give it a good whiff. Know what it smells like, because it does have a very distinctive smell, okay? And you can see when you open that container that it's a nice, fine, loose powder. So it's all good. If that smell changes, if that color changes, if the consistency changes, then don't risk it. When in doubt, throw it out. If you are lactose intolerant, this is not a golden for sure, okay? So ensure the type of powdered milk suits dietary needs and restrictions, because whether it's powdered or whether it's in a gallon jug from the store, okay, you're going to have the same effects if you are lactose intolerant or allergic to dairy. Either way, yeah, there's no out for those. Who knew there was an environmental impact with milk? Of course there is, okay? But it can reduce waste by using powdered milk. So number one, it has a longer shelf life, okay, than the normal, liquid milk that you buy at the store. Liquid milk. I never thought I'd say that. Okay, so it will help reduce food waste. And you know me, I hate food waste. We are guilty of 40% of the groceries that we buy going into landfills, folks, being poured down the drain and doing whatever. So you can definitely reduce food waste. That's better for the environment. It's also better for your pocketbook, yes. And then the packaging. So consider the environmental impact of packaging and choose the products with recyclable materials. Yes, that jug is not, they're going to say it is. It's not the same way, and not if it ends up in a landfill, okay? So yes, you can recycle the gallon jugs to do all kinds of amazing things. Scoops for animal food. Yeah, scoops for animal food, or for winter sowing your seeds, or for, there's a bunch of different things you can do with them. But if you want to do the best thing possible for the environment, then that is to not get those jugs. With these simple guidelines, you can ensure that you have good quality, consumable milk in your pantry for all of the different things that you may need it for. It's a great product to have in your pantry in case of an emergency or daily use. It will definitely save you money and reduce waste. You can pick the kind that works best for you and your family, and that is awesome. As a side note, if you're one of my Thrive customers, their powdered milk right now is on sale for about 50% off, and it's really crazy good. I am not a big milk drinker. I can't tell you the last time I drank a glass of milk, okay? But I tasted this milk. It's really good. Phil likes it. Everybody likes it. It's great powdered milk. So if you want to save some money, check out my link for Thrive down below and stock up on some milk, because it's good for 10 years. I hope that this helps you with different ways that you can store dairy for your pantry. Long-term, short-term, emergencies, everyday use. Because your pantry is the best insurance that money can buy. If you want to take a look at other ways to make milk more consumable, check out this video right here. It's an oldie, but a goodie. And until next time, everybody, be safe.